Hello everyone, welcome to Q5. If you don't know what Q is, essentially what it is that I just kind of rant about bullshit that happens this week or whatever, and whatever's on my mind really, and I take your questions and I answer them at the end of the video. So, with that being said, let's just immediately transition over to the main topic of this video, and that is, are YouTubers lazy? And I'm bringing this up because of one single YouTuber who I'm sure you've heard about, because a lot of drama channels have been talking about him for the past week or so, and I'm pretty late to the party, which is good, because now I don't seem like someone who's trying to profit off of this dude's misfortune, but whatever. The person I'm talking about is, of course, Angry Joe, and if you don't know who Angry Joe is, basically he's just a reviewer. He does gaming content and such, but he reviews movies and shows and especially games, and those video game reviews he makes can take a long time, and they are well produced, and they get millions of views every time they come out. And I might as well give you an insight of my background with Angry Joe. I've never met the man himself, but I'm not really a big fan of his. I'm not subscribed to his channel because of all the things he does other than gaming reviews. I mean, I used to be subscribed, but I was like, it's not really my thing. But I do think his criticism on certain games are just well written and well thought out and just amazing, honestly. He's one of the best critics on this website, I would say. So you might be wondering what exactly he's done to be on so many drama channels and whatever. Well, you see, what happened was he announced to his audience that he was going to take a 2-month-long break, and his audience did not like that. When I meant 2-month-long break, it doesn't mean that he's just going to quit YouTube for 2 months. He's going to quit the angry video game reviews for 2 months, which I would say is his main source of income and views. And of course, it's kind of the main reason most people are subscribed to him in the first place, and a lot of people were pissed off. A lot of people started calling him lazy. A lot of people just said that, oh, you're just getting too old for this, you're getting shitty at this. And apparently there's been a few promises he made about the channel itself that he never fulfilled. I'm not really too sure about that, but I am sure about, the people's outrage, and also Angry Joe's outrage towards the audience. So it was like a shit-flinging contest on both sides. The audience hated his decision, and Angry Joe got fucking furious at his audience and went on a Twitter rampage. He talked mad shit about everyone. He was calling them dumb. He even took it to the comment section where he's just like, you guys are fucking shitty. You do not appreciate me. You are pieces of shit. And it was just fucking insanity. I mean, I've seen a lot of people criticize him for a multitude of reasons. Again, a lot of people said he made promises that he never kept up. A lot of people are just angry at him for just taking a 2-month-long hiatus, which is, it's pretty insane. Two fucking months. Like, that's like if the Game Grumps said, hey, fucking Aaron and Dan, they're just not gonna make anything for the next 2 months. Okay, bye. Nobody would like that. I'm pretty damn sure nobody's gonna like that. They'd be fucking furious. Probably even worse than this, but whatever. And keep in mind that, again, he's just in hiatus with his angry reviews. Everything else is still coming out. His movie reviews, his Game of Thrones reviews, or whatever else he does. But those videos don't really require much effort. He just records it in one go, and he uploads the entire thing to his channel. Unlike the angry reviews, where he writes a script, he does a bunch of video editing, he gets a lot of props, he records a bunch of fucking footage. Oh my god, you have no idea how to... Oh god, that's the worst part. And a ton of other crap that I haven't even fucking touched on just for this angry review stuff. And I actually did get kind of mad when I read one comment where it was like, wow, Angry Joe, he uploads 1 hour long Game of Thrones reviews, but he can't even upload a 20-minute long review? Come on, Joe, like, shut the fuck up. Do you have any idea how long those 20-minute to 30-minute reviews are? They are fucking long. I can assure you that. I don't know his work schedule. I don't know how long he works on it, like in one go. But I'll tell you this, as someone who worked on a 15-minute video, a video review on Castlevania just a few days ago, I was fucking sitting here in front of my screen for at least 6 hours straight until I actually finished. And that's not even accounting the fact that I couldn't upload it to YouTube because of dumb copyright shit. I can't review shit by using the stupid footage that I had. So I had to re-edit the entire thing for another 4 fucking hours, get screenshots. I mean, all of that shit was my fault, right? I should have known better, right? But I had to re-edit it for another 4 hours, had to do all that bullshit, and then I uploaded it, and it was finally there, and it was 15 minutes long of a total 10 hours of me working on that piece of shit. And I can't even imagine what the fuck Angry Joe does with his shit. It must take like fucking days for him to finish that shit. Oh my god. Yet people have the audacity to criticize him and say that he's a piece of shit asshole and all this shit. And I have, like I mentioned, there are a ton of people who have already talked about it. A ton of YouTube channels who are dedicated to, YouTube drama that are like talking about it. And all of them seem to say the same thing. Well, Joe didn't really communicate with his audience about it. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of Joe. I don't think all of his content is great. I think he can be a bit irate sometimes. But I still feel for this guy. I get where he's coming from. He has this persona that he's built up for. Shit, I don't know. How long has he been around? Since 2012, maybe? Maybe even longer? Or maybe since 2013. I don't know how long he's been around. But I know he's been around for a few years now. And now that he has the chance, like, he has this comfortable, stable part of his life where he can just be like, oh man, I could just chill now. I got, I don't have a ton of money, but at least I have enough money to just relax. And he's like, okay, I'm going to take a 2-month-long break, which I still think is outrageous. Maybe he should just take like a month-long break because he uploads this shit once a month. But whatever. The man wants to just make stuff he likes to make. Maybe he just lost the passion to make it. But to say that he's lazy is kind of weird. Because think about it. We're not lazy. Us YouTubers, we're not lazy. We're just abiding by the YouTube algorithm. Because what we do is simple. We upload a video and that's it. We see the profits come in. But we have to do that consistently. The current algorithm demands YouTubers to constantly make videos every single day. Like, that is the most favorable outcome. And even then, there's no guarantee success out of that. And what does Joe do? He makes videos probably every day, and sure, they're not well edited, they're not, well scripted, they might not even have a script, I don't know, I never watched them before, but I'm assuming that if they're an hour long to a 30-minute long, and they're being uploaded every single day, I'm just gonna assume it's all improv, and that's fine, because he's thinking about having to upload it fast. Like, this video you're watching right now probably took me about half an hour to actually edit, with the music, the gameplay footage, and this. It's just improv. There's no script. And I could easily pump this out whenever I want. However, shit like that Castlevania review, motherfucker, that is a terrible piece of shit to work on. I can't do that every day unless I want to die. And even then, I'm not even working as hard as most other YouTubers are. And I know some of you are thinking about other YouTubers who upload once a week or maybe once every 2 weeks. I don't know how they get away with it, but they're an exception sometimes. They already have like 1 million subscribers that will wait 2 weeks for them to upload, or whenever the fuck they want to upload, and they could still profit off of that. But even then, they're not maximizing the amount of profit that they could make if they just upload every single day. So whenever you see people like Joe who stop doing their thing, like their angry reviews or their animations. Animation is a completely different beast. I shouldn't even bring that up. But if they just stop doing that or stop making real good content on their shit, it's not really because they're lazy. It's because it's hard to please the algorithm. You have to do, you know what it is? You know what the algorithm is favoring right now? Let's Plays. And even then, there are established Let's Players. You can't come into the Let's Play market anymore. You already have your Markipliers, your Jacksepticeyes, your Ego Raptors, or rather your Game Grumps. Your, name whatever fucking, your PewDiePies, fucking PewDiePie. That's the kind of shit that's being marketed right now. Why do you think so many of your favorite YouTubers have dropped everything and just suddenly made a gaming channel where they're just uploading bullshit Let's Plays every single day? It's because Let's Plays are the easiest fucking thing to edit out of any other format. You can't edit anything else like that. You record gameplay, you record your voice, you just fucking upload it. Some other people put some great amount of effort into their shit. Sometimes they have a webcam. Wow! But seriously though, sometimes they have a webcam and they actually, do some crazy edits, which is awesome. But sometimes it doesn't matter, because what's the point? You just need to fucking upload every day or every other day, and you're set. It's such a dumb algorithm. But then again, for people like Angry Joe, it's their job. Like, it is their job to actually maintain this shit, to observe the algorithm and to please it and to masturbate the shit out of the algorithm so they could get the most out of that shit. So you could argue that he should be on top of this. And also, I know for a fact that Angry Joe, with a channel as big as his, he probably has some employees. He probably has editors who actually edit his shit. A lot of people do that. Like, as soon as they reach 500,000 subscribers or even 1 million, they're just like, hey, I'm making enough bank that I could just hire people to do this shit for me. I don't need to do it anymore. Fuck that. In fact, that's the mindset a lot of bigger YouTubers just have. They're like, man, I'm at the peak of my game. Why do I just need to upload every single day? I could just do it whenever I want. And, you know, it doesn't really help them. Sometimes that kind of attitude kind of, you know, destroys a YouTube channel, but whatever. But with all that being said, please keep in mind that he makes this at least once a month. And he's no Superman, alright? As much as he idolizes that motherfucker, he's no Superman. Even if he makes them once a month, and if he finds a way to upload them twice a week, I don't think he's gonna make as much money as he would if he just uploaded it every single day, which is kind of impossible. He doesn't have a big studio or have a lot of editors to help him edit that shit. He could probably pump out twice a month, right? And he could get a couple million views, but I think a lot of people have this misconception that if you make a video that has 1 million views, you're like a millionaire. Like, 1 view equals $1. And I know some of you are like, oh, that's not true. 1 view is like 2 cents. That's not even fucking true. You know, so you're not going to make a lot out of 1 million views, believe it or not. You're going to make a lot. Like, it's going to be pretty cool. Like, for a smaller YouTuber like me, that's going to be awesome. But it's really not that much at all. And he can maximize his profit, like I said, if he just uploads twice a week and he has like a couple million with those 2 things, right? But it's not even guaranteed. YouTube is not a guaranteed platform. You are not going to make the same amount of money every single month. And especially with this Adpocalypse thing that I know all of you are sick of hearing, but you have to know it's affecting all of us. I know that Adpocalypse thing hit Joe super fucking hard, just like it hit everyone else really super fucking hard. Those millions of views, like, let's say, let's just say like 1 million views equated to $2,000. Pretty cool. With this Adpocalypse thing, probably, it is a bit of a drastic number, but maybe $1,000. Like, I'm sure it's not that, but it's still quite a bit. I don't know, even $1,800. That's still $200 less. It's a lot of money. That's $200 less he's probably paying his editors less. You know, like, it's something. Now, I know I'm missing details on this. I know people are gonna probably bash me for not mentioning the fact that he just closed his comments. He disabled ratings as well. I know people are going to mention that, but that shit's just drama, man. It's not... I don't feel like it's part of the situation. You know, there's the issue, and then there's the drama. I don't care about the fucking drama. Y'all can bitch about the him deciding to just close the ratings and then the comments, right? Y'all can bitch about that all you fucking want. I don't fucking give a shit. What I'm more interested in is the topic of, are YouTubers getting lazier? Because it just seems that way, even to me. Like, I always thought, wow, why the fuck is this person who's incredibly talented at making this video, whatever video they make, why are they just gonna drop that just so they can make some shitty Let's Play channel that's such an oversaturated market? And it occurred to me when I was actually making a pretty decent YouTube channel. You know, I have 1,000, or rather I have 8,000 subscribers now. I don't even have half as much as the most successful YouTubers. I don't even have like a quarter of as much as what they have. And even then, I understand that this shit is hard. It's a job, and it's a difficult job, because it's like your boss is waiting right there, right by the door. They're just looking at you. They're just wondering what you're doing all the time. You make one fucking misstep, your job is done. It's not even that your job is done. Your desk is just cleaned out. Nobody's gonna tell you anything. It's just cleaned out and it's shit, and there's like a note that says you're fired. Nobody's gonna tell you that. Nobody's gonna say, step into my office. You're fired. You're fucking gone. Or maybe sometimes you're doing well in your job. You think you're doing well. And then you get your paycheck. You get fucking $200 that month. That's how much you made. And you're wondering, but didn't I do good? And then everyone's like, no, not good enough. You made one video that made 1 million views that month. And you're like, isn't that enough? It's like, no, not at all. Not even close. So, I don't know. It might seem that maybe I am defending Angry Joe. I don't know if I was. I don't know if I really wanted to defend him, but I think I just understand him. I think I was just pissed because I saw some other YouTubers that are like, Angry Joe's being a piece of shit. He's being such a fucking idiot, dumbass, baka motherfucker, right? And I get it, right? There's the drama. We're all consumed by the drama. And there's other things that I haven't even touched on. There's past things. It's a mess. It's a mess of a thing. But I'm just not here for that. I'm really not. I don't care about the bullshit. I'm here for the actual thing that happened, which is Angry Joe's outrage towards his audience. That man had a meltdown. I'm pretty sure he had a meltdown. He's a human being. I mean, he's a fucking human being. All of you guys are just like, dance, monkey. Fucking dance for your fucking freedom. We'll pay you to dance. You're like treating him like a $2 whore. And I don't know. I'm getting into the drama now. Some YouTubers are getting lazy. Without a doubt, they are. They just sort of stop making content because they're like, oh, I got so much money. But in situations like this, I don't think it's because of laziness. I think he just really wanted a break. I think 2 months long is too much, but let the man have his fucking break. At any rate, everyone, that was my rant for this week. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I'm sure y'all have your insight on this as much as I have my voice on this. And y'all, maybe I am missing something. I don't know. I think the outrage towards him and just insulting him for having this break is kind of just absurd. I just think it's absurd. Maybe I'm missing something. I really think I'm missing something. But unless it's not the drama, I don't care. Anyways, let's stop talking about Angry Joe. Angry Joe, I don't know, Joe, if you're watching this, I don't know, how the fuck did you find my channel? But if you are watching this, you do you, man. You do fucking you. You do whatever you want. I'm not going to judge the man. This is his job. He's going to do whatever he's going to do. And if that means taking a break, okay, do it. I don't care. But whatever. Let's go ahead to the questions. First question up is by Chris McRoy, and it had to do with the subject I talked about last week, which was the Emoji Movie and how successful that thing is going to be. And that's funny that it came out last week. I thought it came out like 3 weeks ago. When I heard it was like $30 million, I was like, oh, that's cool. So it's only making $10 million per week. Oh, that's not as bad. I mean, I knew it was going to succeed, but no, it made $30 million in 1 week. And that's not good. But anyways, Chris McRoy, your question was, hey Goose, did you know that they are coming out with the Tetris movie? So I didn't believe you. When you said that, I was like, no, that can't be a thing. That cannot be a thing. And it is a thing. It is a fucking thing. I looked it up and they got an $80 million budget on it. I don't know. Is that really? I didn't really actually read the article. I'm afraid to because I don't want to actually I don't want it to be true. I don't want it to be true. If that's the case, listen, I love Tetris. I play it every single day. It helps, I don't know, there's probably some science on it, but I'm just going to make up shit and say, it helps with my depression. I don't have depression, but yeah, I mean, I love playing that game every single day. It's super cool, and I love it so much. The fact that they're making a Tetris movie is abysmal. As much as, look, the Emoji Movie was also abysmal, right? Like, the concept. I'm talking about the concept. But at least you could kind of imagine where they were going or what they were going to do with it. Like, you know, as cliche as it was, what the fuck are they going to do with a Tetris movie? What are you going to do with the Tetris movie? Where is the life lesson there? I want it to be an L block, but I couldn't be. I just want it to be me. I just want it to be a straight line. Or, wow, oh, actually, there's a story there. You could probably talk about how there's a Tetris block that's gay, you know? And you could just call it In a Heart Tetris instead of In a Heartbeat. I don't know. What the fuck are you going to do with the Tetris movie? You're not going to... It's going to... Woo! That's going to be bad. That's terrible. That's a terrible idea. That's just bad. There's no story. There's no story in Tetris. There's no characters in Tetris. There's that Tetris Puyo Pop game that came out, and they made up new characters for that game to fit the Tetris universe, right? That looked cool. I like the designs on them. They looked anime-ish, right? But like, you know, they look colorful and bright and whatever. I wonder if they're gonna do something like that. Get fucking Tetris movie. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. That's bullshit. I don't want to watch it. This question angered me. That's bad. But thanks for the fucking question. As bad as it was. Next question is by Fee or Fi or Fo or Fum. Your question was, do you think burritos are cyberpunk? And any tips for writing a story? I don't know what the fuck you meant by burritos and the cyberpunk thing. I don't know what that means, but if I were to imagine what a cyberpunk burrito was, that would probably be... okay, cyberpunk burrito. You know what a cyberpunk burrito would be really... Okay, here's my cyberpunk burrito idea, okay? It's a burrito, but it has an ad on it. And the only way you can eat that burrito is if you just watch the ad, or if you pay premium. Like, if you pay just like, I don't know, like 50 cents, right? 50 cents or maybe even $1, right? If you just pay like that little extra money, you can skip the ad. Like, as soon as you're in the burrito stand and the man's like, hey man, what do you want? And you're like, I want a burrito. Okay man, you want to pay 50 cents more? What the fuck is that? Let's get a New York gangster accent. And you're like, you want to pay 50 cents more for, like, I don't know, no ads? And you're like, no, I mean, I need, all right, fine. And then you pay 50 cents more and there's no ads. But if you don't pay it, you have to watch like a minute-long ad. Unskippable. An unskippable minute-long ad. And it shows like this dancing burrito talking about a completely different burrito stand. Or like, I don't know, just some holographic woman talking about bras, like, of all things, right? But like, oh man, that'd be cool. But anyways, yeah, you're the second part of your question, which I assume is your main question, is any tips on writing a story or for writing a story? I would suggest, okay, first of all, writing everybody thinks they're a writer, just like how everyone thinks they're an artist, right? Anybody can buy a tablet and just draw. Similarly, anybody can just buy... Fuck it, everyone has a pencil. Everyone has a keyboard nowadays, right? You can just type. You can just type whatever you want. You have to understand that there is focus when it comes to writing. You have to be focused. You have to be dedicated. You have to know where the ending is going to go, right? So think of the idea you have in your head. Think about it real clear as day, right? And just, where is it going? What is the point of this story? What are you trying to tell with this story? What are the characters, if any at all? Some stories have no characters. Some stories have 1 million characters. Either one could be good, but you have to really juggle what exactly you want to do versus what it's gonna be. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I don't really think I'm a good teacher when it comes to writing, but if you're gonna write a story, I'm not going to say have fun with it, because sometimes it's not fun. It's not fun. Sometimes you have this idea in your head, this one scene that you really want to write, but you have to write these other 3 chapters before you go there. Sometimes you just need to write it out. Write it out if you want to. If you have this idea, this one part of the story where in chapter 5, Emily, the princess, has to save fucking the knight... Charles the Knight, and you really, really like that scene, and you really want to write it, write it, right? That'll be your motivation. Just write. How about that? That's my advice. Writing a story is as simple as just starting it. And if you're not good with it, let me tell you something. Everyone's first draft of a story fucking sucks, okay? That's okay. That's totally okay, all right? Everyone starts off shit. It's only until you fix the little things that you don't like that it actually starts to develop into something manageable. And then after that, you start doing serious stuff and just start writing. That's my advice. I'm sorry if it's not really the advice you're looking for, but I'm not a good teacher, okay? Alright, this last question is from Ember Fight, and this one is actually from Twitter. If you didn't know, I have a Twitter, so yeah, you should probably follow that. But your question, Ember Fight, was, do you think that YouTube will die off in the future, or is it already messed up past this point? Will they finally realize their mistakes? No, it's not going to die off. Even if there is a better platform, it's way better than YouTube. It has a better bandwidth, I don't know, higher definition, 4K streaming easier, whatever, right? If it's better, it's still not going to beat YouTube. And even if it does beat YouTube, YouTube is not going to go down silently. You know, MySpace still exists, right? Like Facebook. Facebook dominated that kind of shit. But MySpace is still there. They just adapted into a new thing, a new musical thing, and that was my phone. Fuck, I forgot to turn it off. But anyways, YouTube's not going to die off. It's not going to die off, like, within our lifetime, I would say, and fuck this phone. It's not going to die off within our lifetime, you know? Maybe, I don't know, like, if I were to be optimistic, I would say YouTube is going to die in 20 years. Maybe even 10 years, right? But it would have to do something incredibly egregious to get to that point. Like, they would have to be like, now we're fucking totally axing off everyone, and we're only going to start releasing videos from big studios like MGM or Sony Pictures, or I don't know, the new music video from Lady Gaga. We're only going to start doing that. Fuck content creation. We're not about that anymore. Please give us back our ads, you know? And you would think that that's where they're going, and it does seem like that. It really does seem that that's where they're going, because, I mean, that's a topic I could have talked about right now, but, you know, I'm a piece of shit. But anyways, it seems that that's where they're going. Like, they're scaring off the people they don't want here, the problematic people, the people who talk about Islam, or the people who talk about other people, you know, start drama and shit. They're the problematic dudes that they don't want here, and they're just like trying to push them off. You like it's super difficult to fucking upload nowadays, but at the end of the day, where else are we gonna go? I mean, I upload this on VidMe too, right? Like, I have a VidMe account, if you didn't know. That's where I upload other stuff. I mean, I don't usually take advantage, but that is my secondary platform. If I ever get axed off, that's where I'm gonna go, okay? Probably not gonna upload as frequently if I get axed off here on YouTube, but it's somewhere else to go. But anyways, even then, you know, the competition is so scarce, and the competition that exists is like, there's still problems, and there's just so many variables. It's not going to die off, unfortunately. I mean, maybe fortunately, because that's where the money is being poured into. I mean, you're not going to make as much money here as you will on VidMe. YouTube, I don't even think YouTube realizes they're making mistakes, to be honest. I think they're just thinking, oh, well, that wasn't really a mistake. That was just a happy accident. We're gonna fix it up by making up bullshit. So I don't know if they're ever going to realize that they've made mistakes that are harming their product. Right? I don't know if they ever will. But I am certain that it's not gonna die. Not in the foreseeable future. If it does die, oh boy, that says a lot about content creation. That says a lot about us and just the platform of online content creating. That's going to be pretty bad. You really don't want YouTube to die. I don't think anybody wants that. For monetary reasons, but also it's not good. It's not a good thing if it does die. But thank you so much for the question. Alright guys, thank you all so very much for your cues. If you have another question or want something else out of your chest and you want me to talk about it, just leave a Q, a hashtag Q in the comments down below, or deliver it to me with my Twitter handle, Goose Senpai. Thank you all so very much for watching, and I will see you all next time. I love y'all. Goodbye.